just want to say welcome to Oakland Center for Spiritual Living. We're so grateful to have you here with us today. Grateful for all of us to be here together today. I'm going to start off what we call a call to prayer and an affirmation, and also a song to invite us just to come into the space together. As many around the world today are celebrating the end of Ramadan, which they call Eid. Many of us are also celebrating Lent. Many of us are also uplifting Women's International History Month. So just calling into space all the things that we are celebrating, all the things we are uplifting in our spirit, and also just calling us to be present. So give thanks.
Can I just say wow? Wow. Good morning. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for being here. I'm Cheryl Archer. I use she and her pronouns, and I'd like to thank our talented musician, Kev Choice. And let's give some love to our entire AV team and our sound engineer, Levi Griffin. Welcome to the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living, where we teach spiritual principles and practices that nourish us, uplift us, and celebrate our oneness with all of life. A special welcome to those of you who are joining us for the very first time. We're so glad you're here in the sanctuary with us. Please raise your hand, and someone will bring you a welcome packet. Also, a big welcome to everyone who is joining us on YouTube Live and Facebook Live. Make sure you sign up for our weekly newsletter so you can learn all about the fun things we have to offer here at the Oakland Center. We respectfully acknowledge that here in the Bay Area, we gather on the traditional land of the indigenous Ohlone people. We honor with gratitude the land itself and the people who have stewarded these lands for countless generations. Now let's take a moment to bless our children, wherever they are. We bless all the children in our community and the world. We love you, we see you, we know the truth of who you are. You are unique expressions of God, and we are grateful to have you in our lives. And so it is. On Wednesday, April 2nd, at our midweek oasis, join Judith Roberts, RSCP, for an encore conversation on the topic, Blossoming in the Swaying. Meditation is at 6:30, and the service is at 7 via Zoom. Please join the Ministry of Prayer for Friday night prayer happy hour from 7 to 8 p.m. on Zoom, weekly on Fridays, except for the fourth Friday of the month. Practitioners Maureen French and Megan Lamont extend this open invitation to anchor in prayer with your spiritual community. Please visit oaklandcsl.org/events. Click on the image and use the passcode 123456. It couldn't be any simpler. The season for nonviolence is ending this Saturday and has continued daily, January 30th through April 4th for 64 days. Commemorating the anniversary of the deaths of Mohandas Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. We honor Lent, March 5th through April 17th. Simply choose something that distracts you from staying grounded and fast from it during this Lenten time. Fast and pray for greater groundedness, focus, and serenity. The Women's Spiritual Empowerment Group continues with another session in the 6-week series today from 12:45 p.m. to 2:15, after service in the sanctuary. All are welcome to join this lively discussion. We celebrate National Women's History Month in March, recognizing the contributions of women to events in history and contemporary society. Join the webinar celebrating Transgender Day of Visibility tomorrow, March 31st at 5 p.m. The session is sponsored by the Centers for Spiritual Living DEI Committee, honoring the courage necessary to transition genders to reveal one's authentic self. Join Reverend Derica Blackman, Reverend Christine Monks, and Reverend Alicia Christopher in this important conversation. The email is inclusion@csl.org for the link to register, or you can go to csl.org for more information. The OCSL Social Justice Ministry meets on the first Sunday of the month, April 6th, in the Social Hall from 1 to 3. Join us in sacred activism to create a world that works for everyone. And now I'm going to invite Robert Leeds to come up and provide you with some information.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Cheryl. I love your fuzzy hat. Hello, beautiful people. I just want to make a quick announcement about, I was out of town last weekend, so I wasn't at the annual meeting, but Reverend Sunshine Michelle talked about a follow-up meeting that we're going to be having from the town hall that we had back in January, where you all came up with a lot of great ideas about ways to grow our center. Some of those things we've already implemented, and there's a lot of other great ideas we want to implement. So in 2 weeks from today, which is April 13th, after service, we're going to be talking about that more. We need your participation to make those things happen, and I'll be talking about it more next week, but I just wanted to have you mark your calendar for April 13th for that follow-up meeting. Thank you so much.
Agape Bay Area presents Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith with Building Bridges, April 5th from 10 to 1:30 at the First Congregational Church of Oakland. Visit agapebayarea.com for details and to purchase tickets. Our nonprofit partner for March-April is the Newbridge Foundation, a nonprofit, non-medical addiction treatment facility with over 50 years of experience. Visit newbridgefoundation.org for more information. Our OCSL 80th Anniversary Gala celebration is September 20th, 2025. Mark your calendars. We celebrate our rich legacy and history. The AV team is seeking more volunteers. Try something new. We make it easy. For more information, contact Alice Herndon at 510-882-3511. Or visit the audiovisual page under Ministries on oaklandcsl.org. The Spirit Treasure Bookstore celebrates Women's History Month with 30% off all books by women authors. Please visit our website, oaklandcsl.org, and sign up for our weekly newsletter, The Village News. Please like us and subscribe to Oakland CSL today, and follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook for special updates and tent. Visit csl.org to see what's happening in our Centers for Spiritual Living global organization. And now, please stand if you're willing and able, and let us recite together our vision and mission statement. The vision of the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living is to joyfully reveal the love and oneness of God. We are a welcoming and inclusive spiritual community dedicated to the individual transformation and collective growth. Our purpose is to love, inspire, and serve our community and the world through education, music, prayer, and play. And so it is.
Hi there, I'm Regina Buckwalter, and I'm a practitioner here at Oakland Center for Spiritual Living. And it's so good to be here after a little absence. It's wonderful to be here on this fifth Sunday and celebrate with my colleagues, my practitioners, and also to celebrate Paul today. Yay. Yes. So I have two readings here for you, and you can engage with them however you choose. Either just listen to me, close your eyes, and they also have them up there as well. So the first reading is by Deborah Day, author of Be Happy Now. Nourishing yourself in a way that helps you blossom in the direction you want to go is attainable, and you are worth the effort. The second reading is by Saint Hildegard of Bingen, patron saint of musicians, writers, and ecology. This vigor that hugs the world is warm, it is moistening, it is firm, it is greening. This is so that all creatures might germinate and grow. The earth of humankind contains all moistness, all verdacity, all germinating power. It is in so many ways fruitful. All creation comes from it. So as we settle into our comfy little chairs here and feel the softness of the support, we feel the breath if we tune into it. If we tune into it. The breath is spirit. The breath is our life. The breath is love. The breath is light. The breath is nourishment. It is spirit. And we are one. It is that easy. We breathe, we feel, we know we are being nourished by that deep support, by that goodness, by that moisture that settles through our body and circulates. Spirit is the circulation of love. It is the nourishment that moves through us, allows for the germination and the revelation and the expression of spirit in our lives. We breathe, we feel, we drop in, and we are nourished. It is that simple. Spirit is simple. We are one with the simplicity of love. We drop in, we feel, and we germinate. We move into the best of who we are, into the truth of who we are. And the truth of who we are is love. God is love. I am love. We are love. And that is the nourishment. We breathe, we feel. And I bless this service. I bless Reverend Sunshine Michelle in her generosity and her commitment to create this amazing space in this community of growth and inspiration and love and celebration. I bless Christopher Brown, who has stepped up to inspire us with his word as moving through Spirit, inspiring with his talk. I bless a musician. I bless Kev, who has shown up and shows up so many times in so many beautiful ways, deepening our connection with Spirit, for the beautiful music that circulates through us always and radiating out into the world through love and connection and celebration. I bless everybody that has shown up here, creating this most amazing service. And I am so very grateful. I'm so very grateful knowing the truth, the simple truth. We are one with Spirit when we breathe and we feel love. That's simple. Love is the medicine of our lives. We ground it when we feel it and breathe. It is that simple. And I celebrate this. I give great thanks for this. And I know this is the truth of my life. It is the truth of everybody sitting here in this community and those that will hear this message and move it out into our community. And I release my word into the law of infinite possibilities, and that possibility is love. That possibility is peace. That possibility is connection and comfort and calm. We just breathe and feel and love, and we are calm, no matter what the external circumstances are. And I just release my word. I let go, I let God, and so it is. Amen.
I appreciate that prayer. Give thanks for that beautiful prayer that we just had from Regina. Give it up. Thank you for that beautiful prayer. Let's clap it up for that prayer, y'all. We can clap our hands. We can give energy back where energy is given to us. Let's clap our hands for that beautiful prayer. It's so beautiful how Spirit is aligned in this space, you know what I'm saying? As I heard a message of just love, of letting love just guide us, which was leading right into the song that I was getting ready to perform. We gotta recognize those divine connections at all times, you feel me? Y'all can clap y'all hands a little bit like this just to give me some vibrations. Come on. I need them tonal vibrations, yeah. I need that spirit vibration, yeah. I need that love vibration, yeah. I need that spirit vibration, yeah. I need that love vibration, y'all. I spread universal love all around the world. This one for my people near and far. Hit you with the sounds that'll touch your heart. Blessings like a message that was sent from God. I spread universal love all around the town. Some claim they are the king, but I wear the crown. Shining like the biggest and the brightest star. Blessings like a message that was sent from God. Blessings like a message that was sent from God. You ever get a message that you feel like was sent from God, y'all? Blessings like a message that was sent from God. Blessings like a message that was sent from God. Hey. Universal law, what you give shall return. Every day's a lesson we live and we learn. I take a look around, it got me so concerned. Feels like the times a savior shall return. So I look in the mirror, see a God's reflection. Knowing the change I want to see begins in my perception. Look every person in the eye, allow a real connection. Fear no man, I know the angels over me protecting. No weapon formed against me shall ever prosper. Knowing even through the struggles, that just makes me stronger. My sacrifices are the prayers a humble servant offers at the altar. These bars are hard as the rock of Gibraltar. I never falter, got the haters puzzled like a crossword. Hit them with them spiritual laws, Deepak Chopra. Meditation, mantra, affirmation, honor, uplift, up most high. Oakland to Wakanda. I spread universal love all around the world. This one for my people near and far. Hit you with the sound that'll touch your heart. Blessings like a message that was sent from God. I spread universal love all around the town. Some claim they are the queen, but I wear the crown. Shining like the biggest and the brightest star. Blessings like a message that was sent from God. Clap your hands for vibrations. And just clap your hands for vibrations. And just clap your hands for the vibration. And just clap your hands for the vibration. And say, oh yeah. And say, oh yeah. And say, oh yeah. And say, oh yeah. Come on. Hey yo, conscious pastor, read these passages like I'm a pastor. Acrobatic for the people, I bend over backward. Trying to keep us moving forward, never going backward. Harriet Tubman in a tunnel holding up a lantern. Trying to lead the way to deeper understanding. Deepest canyons taking chances, I just keep expanding. The love that I feel, it goes beyond romantic. It's looking out for all my brothers like we all was family. It's lifting up the women cause they are the queens. Looking at the children, tell them they can be anything. It's spreading synergies, energies through vicinity. Seeking remedies, ending poverty, prayers to my enemies. Lord, have mercy, can I get a witness? Practicing forgiveness, clear intentions, positivity. Speaking into existence, make that first million, spread it back into the community, making feel good music for our healing, making feel good music for our healing, making feel good music for our healing, making feel good music for my healing, making feel good music for my healing, ayy. I spread universal love all around the world. This one for my people near and far. Hit you with the sound that'll touch your heart. Blessings like a message that was sent from God. I spread universal love all around the town. Some claim they are the queen, but I wear the crown. Shining like the biggest and the brightest star. Blessings like a message that was sent from God. Blessings like a message that was sent from God. Blessings like a message that was sent from God. Blessings like a message that was sent from God. Blessings like a message that was sent from God. Blessings like love sent down from God. Blessings like an angel spent from the gods. Blessings like love sent from the gods. Blessings like a message that was sent from God.
Got to you a little bit, huh? Me too. The benefit of having a solo act, but not even an act, a solo performance by our own maestro Kev Choice is you get to hear that. Thank you, maestro. How many of you have seen that mural with Kev on it down here? If you have not seen it, it's on Shattuck off of 51st. He's live and in living color on this mural with Michael Morgan and some others. So this is in our community. Let's give Kev some more love. Grand Rising to you. I am Reverend Dr. Sunshine Michelle Coleman, the proud spiritual director of the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living. I use she and, yeah, you can do you-hoo. Oh, I love that. I use she and her pronouns. I'm so delighted and honored to be in your presence today. Thank you for choosing this center to be with us so we can co-create this sacred service today. It's so exciting, so exciting. I have a couple of things to share with you, and I get, as Miss Grady says, the privilege to honor a beloved of ours as well as to introduce our beloved speaker. But a couple of things first. Let me just get myself organized here. I heard that it is beloved Reverend Dr. Eloise Oliver's 94th birthday on Tuesday, April 1st, who is a legacy in the Bay Area and around the world and was the senior minister at East Bay Church of Religious Science, our sister community, for so many years. So let's give Reverend E some love. I feel like I'm forgetting something because I'm going to launch right into honoring a special beloved. And I want you to take a breath with me. Matter of fact, let's do that. And I like to have us take a community breath. So go ahead and breathe. And now let it out right where you are. And breathe it in together. And now let it out with a sigh. Twice more, breathing it in and letting it out. And once again, a bigger breath and a bigger sigh. Letting it all go. Whatever came before this moment, whatever will come later, let that be. Now is the gift of life, this eternal now moment that we are experiencing here together today. And on that breath, I get the opportunity to let me tell you about our beloved, and we're honoring today Paul Presutti. And Paul has been a part of this community since 2010. And he told me when I first came back to the center and into this role a couple years ago, he said to me, I don't know that I really knew this, it was so touching, that this is my third time in this community since the 80s. So I've been and I've gone and I've come back. So he told me in 2010 when he came here that I was one of the first ones that came up to greet him so warmly and made him feel at home. And I invited him, this is his story, not mine. I invited him apparently to volunteer in the community, which as y'all, thank God, right? As y'all know, he took that really seriously. And so I'm so privileged and pleased that this comes full circle and round like that, and that I remembered to say that. Paul is moving this week to Washington State to be closer to his family. And Paul has given, since the moment he stepped into these doors, so much to the community. And I am going to go over what he sent me. I said, Paul, send me a little bit about what your time has been like here at Oakland Center. And y'all just hold on to your seat, as Miss Dorothy says, and buckle it up, because it's a lot. And that's why I'm taking this punctuated moment to honor you, beloved. I see you back there. And we're going to bless you before I'm going to bring you up, and then we're going to bless you. I'm giving it away, but I just want to prepare you and have you bring some clinics with you. I got mine up here. Paul served as an usher, and then he became a Sunday service support lead. Back of the house is what he calls it, behind the scenes. He served as a production manager for many of our sanctuary events, including some of the concerts that we've had since I've been here. He served on the Board of Trustees, which back then was called the Core Council, for one full term, representing the Facilities Core. He actively participated in and led the facilities team for over a decade, hosting regular work parties to improve our facilities. So many of them. Let's cite a few, shall we? How many of you were here and remember when we had pews before we had chairs? That was a big deal. A lot of you here, right? And so we had this conversion. We had a lot of discussion and prayer about it first. But before when we transitioned to the chairs, Paul was in on that project, pews to chairs in the sanctuary. He helped to renovate the youth classroom, the creation of the prayer center, the renovation of the administrator's office and the meeting room, which is in the other building now, the tweens room, the restoration of the bookstore. Y'all remember when Jackie O was the administrative assistant to the senior minister and had an office in here, and it was converted to a bookstore. He served several ministers, by the way. He's been here through transition. He upgraded this pulpit that I'm standing on and built the lower stage, this platform. Purged and painted the kitchen, new roof for sanctuary and social hall, which included fundraising, I add. He fundraised for some of this stuff. He coated the existing parking lot and asphalted the rear parking lot back there. Helped create a new front entrance here at the front. New windows in the administrative and the education building next door upstairs. And since I've been here, he and Christopher replaced the windows in my office. During the pandemic, complete top and bottom renovation of the social hall. I love this because remember, we were all shut in, right? We were conducting services online, and this was a good use of time. This was a good use of time. Renovation of the social hall, the lobby, the staircase, the doors, and the wood trim refinished, the nursery, the back hall, and restroom floors. Also installed pocket closet door in the sanctuary lobby. I don't know what that is, but thank you for doing that. And painted and purged the practitioner room. I'm not done. Take a breath on that. This is Paul Persutti I'm talking about, one person that serves on a team and is a great leader and teacher and has high consciousness and loves facility stuff. He assisted our Margot Tabbitt in the garden, the creation and expansion of that, and Margot is out there with a team of gardeners who many of you are in here, and y'all see how pretty it is out there, right? Okay, proudly, this is Paul, proudly acted as facilities team lead with co-partners. Christopher Brown, by the way, let me pause and say, Christopher Brown is our speaker today. You know, Kev talked about synergy and how things happen. I did not intentionally plan to be honoring Paul today, and Christopher was on the schedule. He probably wasn't even, but it worked that way. And they've been working together, like off-site on projects and a whole lot here in OCSL. So that's amazing spirit. Thank you so much. So the facilities team, Paul wanted to call them out. Christopher Brown, Larry Wyman, Craig Ferguson, Dorothy Mendez, and Javier Rodriguez. I added that he served on the compliance team during the pandemic. Y'all remember when there were outbreaks and, you know, the team had to come together and figure out what to do? He co-partnered with Ruth Jackson, who is one of the folks that has beautified over there the refreshments. By the way, we're going to have a little reception afterwards. Let me pause and say that. In honor of Paul, I bought 6 or 7 cards for y'all to sign, so there should be space for everybody. Thank you to Ruth and to Deborah and to Dorothy and to Reverend Jerry, who brought snacks and stuff for you. So he co-partnered with Ruth Jackson for several years to create regular Sunday after-service brunches. Anybody remember that? Okay, and support many church-related socials. I'm not done, and I'm going to keep going, so just bear with me. He acted, don't worry, Christopher, you'll have time to talk. He acted as host of the Wednesday night service, in person and in Zoom. It used to be in person. Then with the pandemic, it went to Zoom and is still on Zoom. He did that for 7 years. Paul, we cannot thank you enough for all you have done for this spiritual community and your high consciousness. I am in the midst of preparing a lay practitioner program where, you know, it's not a licensed practitioner, but it's those who have been in high service and who have taken classes, et cetera, et cetera. And Paul would be and is at the top of my list for something like that. Even though he's moving away, I'm still expecting. Because I've heard that you've told me, and I've heard other people say that you think Oakland CSL is the best thing that's going on, and just because you're moving away, you don't have to not be a part of this community. So I'm expecting that. Because we do online stuff, right? So it's just, I just can't say enough how you have blessed this community. Will you come on up here, please? This is Paul Pursuti. And so you'll have another opportunity. Thank you so much. This is from the Oakland CSL community. It's just a little token. I could not let you get out of here. Paul is busy packing up his house and doing all the stuff that you know happens when you're selling your house and you're moving to another state. I said, Paul, you cannot leave without me honoring you. And he said, okay, tell me when. And so thank you. This is from the community, and I wanted to give you flowers, but I know you don't need no flowers because you're doing some other, you getting rid of stuff, right? And you packed up already, ready to go. Are you almost? But I had to give you something. This is a little angel from my personal altar that will fit in your pocket. It'll fit in your suitcase. It'll fit wherever it is, and I want you to take it with you and know that it prepares the way for you, and that it just lays the groundwork for all the success and love that you need, desire, and deserve. So we want to bless, don't you want to bless him? Okay, so I'd like for you to extend your hands to Paul Pursuti right now and repeat after me. Matter of fact, stand up. Would you just stand up? It has more power. If you're willing and able, repeat after me. Paul, we love you. We see you. We thank you. We surround you in safety, protection, blessings, abundance, and fulfillment of your heart's desires. Thank you. Let's give him a round of applause. I got through that without any tears. Yet. Before I bring Christopher up, I'm setting the tone here for this lovely message that you're going to get that is a beautiful teaching that you can take into your hearts. We are studying together this year about gratitude and about science of mind principles. We're moving through our daily reader by our founder, Ernest Holmes, 365 Science of Mind. We're also doing a gratitude reader, 365 by Deborah Perdue. So I'd like, if you're willing, for us to declare. I didn't say read, I said declare. Just let it ooze out of your system as if you knew this was really true. Let's say, you willing? Yes. Okay, here we go. Let's say it together. I am daring to believe in the greater good. I am forsaking all that has held me in bondage and uniting myself with faith, with expectation, and with the joy. I now live without fear. Let's keep going. How supremely grateful I am to consistently feel guidance and angelic presence and God's love. Beautiful, and so it is. And so now, beloveds, I get the opportunity to introduce our own Christopher Brown. And yes, I did ask him to send me something about himself, which I will read, but I will say first that Christopher has been a practitioner, according to my records, about 18 years. Is that right? A licensed practitioner? Yes. And I've started a new speakers pool. It just came to me. That's the way I hear Spirit, and so I do it. I just go do it. Who am I to question Spirit? And so the last Sunday of the month, most last Sundays of the month, you will have a practitioner delivering the word to you. And so today it is Christopher Brown, and I want to honor that. Here's a little bit about him, from him. He knows that we're all independent researchers trying to figure out the mysteries of life. His research has taught him to reject any wisdom that does not know how to cry, and philosophy that doesn't know laughter, and any greatness that is not humbled by the joy of children. So the best we can do is to hold each other's hand, he says, as we walk in the mystery of life together. Now, that doesn't sound good. Yeah, he said, I don't need to cite all the accomplishments and things, even though he has many of them. You know, he's a talented young man. He has a lot of properties around, and he can fix anything. And he has fixed many things, including that clock that I'm looking at here at OCSL. He says, I'm a 78 years old and have been successfully married for 46 years. He has 2 adult children and 2 grandchildren, and he's married to our beautiful Susan Urquhart Brown, and all of which live close by, his children and his grandchildren. And so he says, we're all still on speaking terms. This accomplishment alone qualifies him to be a credible speaker. He speaks regularly at 4 other churches. And he's been holding monthly inquiry gatherings out of his home with Susan for 15 years. His mission is to assist people in dismantling false beliefs. I love it. What he didn't tell you that I think is really important is that he's been the fur papa to many a cat over time, including now. And if you ever get an email from Christopher, it always usually has a picture of a cat in it, and he calls himself Cat Daddy. Let's welcome Christopher Brown.
Wow. This is church church is done. It's time to go home. I mean, I'm feeling full already. This is great. It's really wonderful to be here. And Kev, thank you for that. You flew off the hook and out through the door, and I was with you on that. That was great. So we're continuing the theme of the month. The theme of the month is the flow of coming and going. And that is, how do we respond to life as it comes at us? Because sometimes it's really messy and sometimes it's pretty cool. And I'll take the cool stuff, but the messy stuff, no, I want to put the brakes on. I don't want the messy stuff. But it comes. And so what I want to talk today about is resistance. How do we use resistance wisely when the crummy stuff comes? When we have an administration that is not kind and is not uplifting for all people? How do we show resistance that supports us also? And maybe there's resistance that we show up with that doesn't support us, that maybe we could take a look at. So, thinking about something in your life. Maybe there's a task that you need to do. Maybe there is somebody that you need to connect with. Maybe there's a garage that needs cleaning. Maybe there's someone you need to get back in contact with. But just thinking about it, you go, I don't want to do it. I don't want to. And if you've ever put a plate, that's what resistance feels like. I don't want to. I just don't want to. Or more. I've got grandkids, and I'm saying, hey, would you like to have some wonderful broccoli? That's resistance, and you know what they're going to say. But you haven't even tried it. No. Oh, come on. Mommy really produces a great broccoli dish. You're going to love it. No. And I think we all live with that child within us that says no, as a habit, just as a habit. We don't even taste it, and we know we're not going to like it. We don't want it. Well, resistance is about control and comfort zone. When I'm pushed out of my comfort zone, I'm no longer in control. I'm anxious. I want to get back into control. Okay. So who's pushing us out of our control zone, our comfort zone? Well, Susan and I, about 20 years ago, were at an enlightenment conference in New Mexico, Santa Fe. It's 7,000 feet, it's the wintertime, it's December, it snows. We know that. Of the 300 participants, many did not know that. And when we were checking in the lobby, what I heard was complaint about the snow. Now, this is an enlightenment conference. These are enlightened people, spiritual people, right? It's snowing outside. I didn't bring enough warm clothes, and my room is too small. And it's becoming infectious as it moves through the crowd as we're waiting to check in. I'm going, wow. This conference costs $500. And I just got my money's worth. So what epiphany did I get? And I thought, well, I think this is pretty cool. It's pretty cool being here with all of these people. I kind of like the snow and the idea of walking out and having it fall. It's quiet. You know, in Santa Fe, it's kind of romantic. This is really cool. What's this complaint about? Is it the snow? That was the epiphany. It wasn't about the snow. It never is about the circumstances. Who knew? I like the snow, they don't like the snow. It has nothing to do with the snow and everything to do with my relationship to the snow, my history with the snow, what I think about the snow. And in New Thought, we talk about our thinking and creating our reality. Well, guess what? They created a nasty reality because they don't like snow. So, that's what resistance is. Resistance amazingly comes up and wants to slow stuff down, and it wants to control. Now, at the conference, the first session was a fellow named Isaac Shapiro. And I sit down and I'm really glad to be there, and he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt. I'm looking at him going, oh yeah, teach me something. Talk to me. A Hawaiian shirt, it's snowing outside. Who is this guy? There's my resistance. But I'm so spiritual, okay, I'll overlook that. And so he starts out by saying, all suffering is caused by not wanting the experience you're having right now. Oh, that goes right back to the snow. I'm getting my $500 worth again. So I'm really ahead in this game. I'm having a great time. But I'm hearing him say, it's about the resistance. All suffering is caused by resisting the moment that we're having now. This precious moment that we're having right now, if we're resisting it, we're not present to it. We're in a fight, and it takes energy to fight. Ram Dass says that the most successful people in life are those that can adapt to change the quickest. They don't hold on to it. Of course we're going to have resistance, but how long are we going to hold on to the resistance? See, when resistance comes up, you kind of know in the back of your head, I know I'm going to do this. I'm going to complete this task. I just don't want to do it now. Or you can't make me, or I don't want to. But you know you're kind of going to do it. It's a matter of when. When are you going to do it? So, why are we putting that slowing down? Is it a conscious behavior? No, it's not. And for me, I love this analogy. When I'm having a tough day, I call it a peanut butter day. Like I'm walking around in peanut butter. It's just sticky and yeah. And that's what we do when we resist. We throw peanut butter on our path and we try to walk in it and slipping. And why do we do that? It's a habit. It's only a habit. And if it's a habit, you can change it. Now, it's not an easy change. You know when you flip the lights, the fans, those big fans you have, and you've seen the ceiling fans, right? Ceiling fans spinning, and you go, okay, I'm going to turn it off. And you turn it off. What happens to the fan? Does it stop? It slows down at its own pace. So, when you're dealing with all of this, there's a timing involved. It doesn't necessarily happen immediately. But can you trust the process that when you go to change something, when you turn the light switch off, that there is a time as it slowly loses momentum. Loses momentum. So that's important to remember as we are making changes, as we adapt to life coming at us. It isn't a quick fix necessarily. Wouldn't it be wonderful if it was? But in my life, when I change something, sometimes I can change it. Sometimes it works. But other times it takes time and practice for it to work. And that's why we do have spiritual practices, so that we can revisit this again and again. But the idea is to trust in the process. When we set an intention, and Reverend Sunshine was talking about that last week. When we set an intention, we're aligning things to move in that direction, and then to watch how it grows and to trust the growth process. The toughest thing is to start. When you're in resistance, when I'm in resistance, the toughest thing is to get going, to regain control, to get back into our comfort zone. We're going to have to move. And when I worked in a race car shop, there was cars that we had to move around. They weren't running. So you had to move them, you had to push them. And I quickly learned that if I were to get down and start pushing on the door and holding the steering wheel, I wasn't getting anywhere. But if I got around behind the back of the car, got down and leaned into it and pushed with my legs, he's pushed cars before, and pushed, the car starts moving. And once it's moving, there's momentum. And then I can run around, grab the wheel, and start pushing the car this way because it's moving. I'm sort of assisting it. And that's when we break resistance. It's that gentle, consistent lean in. That's our intention, is that consistent lean, and we can break the resistance or break the trance of our thinking and start moving forward. And that's good to know. It's good to know because it's strategic. There's actually a method to it, and that's that gentle lean in. And you can also ask for help. And asking for help is going within and asking. And I first learned about this with my cat. And I'll need that Kleenex when I talk about my first cat. 20-pound Maine Coon. Big cat. 16 years saw me through my first marriage, through the birth of our first child, got me through college. He was a good spell checker. Wonderful cat. It was time. He told me that morning, it was time. And I'd been resisting that day. Took him in, and he died in my arms. And I'm going, wow, what is this grief? What is this grief? I can't, it's too much. It's too much. And so I left the vet, went back out in the car, put my head on the wheel and sobbed. And sobbed and said, you know, something's going on here. Help me. Help. And I asked. It wasn't a prayer or anything like that, but it was the prayer. It was the genuine need. It was the genuine desire, the genuine intention to figure out what is going on. Where is this grief coming from? What is happening? And I said to the universe, I'm not moving this car until I get an answer. I'm not moving anywhere. I'm not going. I'm going to wait until I get an answer. And so I waited. Amazingly, within a minute, the answer came. And it was this sort of this voice that came through the whole body that said, thank you. I knew exactly what that meant. Exactly. Thank you for all the time we spent together. Thank you for all of the love, for taking me to the vet and sewing me up after my fight. Thank you for all of it. And thank you for letting me go. And I bring that story in to say that when we are in need, truly in need, and when we ask, there is something that comes. And that's come many times since then. Yeah. So it's about control. And it's about comfort zone. This resistance and trying to get back into it. Resistance is not our enemy. It's only a habit. It's actually a friend. It keeps us safe. And it's doing its job. So when we feel resistance, we could say, hey, thank you. Thank you for pointing that out. Let me take a look at it. Do I need to be this resistant? Do I need to put peanut butter down, or can I walk safely? We don't know. But if we look, we will know. If we ask, we will know. Now, to reclaim our power, to reclaim the power, to come back into power, to come back into unity or serenity, to come back into, as Ram Dass, to return to peace, would say, there needs to be some kind of action. It's not like it's passive. It's something that you engage in. It's something you enter the arena. You enter into activity. And with this last story, I'll point this out. There was a woman, she had these packages. She was on the subway in New York. She's coming back after a long day's work. She sits down in the subway car. It's one of those sideway benches by the door. Sits down, got the perfect seat. She's happy. She's on her way home. This is great. And who walks through the door but a fellow with one of those MAGA hats, and immediately starts shouting hatred in the car. People in the car started shouting back, shut up, get out of here, we don't want to hear this. And he's right next to her, and she's feeling very frightened. What's going on here? And there's resistance like crazy, and this anger and activity in the car. And she's basically asking for help. And she says, what's going on here? This is too much. And immediately what came from her is this voice comes out of her. And the voice said, Mister, if you don't shut up, I'm going to start to sing. And she went, where did that come from? That's not me. I don't say stuff like that. I can't sing, and what would I sing anyway? Well, the guy turns around and sort of does, ha, 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 laughs, and she starts singing, row, row, row your boat. And guess what? You know what's going to happen next. It was infectious. The whole car started singing. And by her action, by breaking through her resistance, because she didn't want to say anything, but something compelled her to, it uplifted the whole car. So when we break through resistance, what can happen? We can not only uplift ourselves, we regain our power, but we can uplift the whole car at the same time. Now that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So is resistance good or bad? Shakespeare, I think it's a Shakespeare quote that says, resistance is neither good nor bad, only thinking makes it so. It's sort of, he said something like that. But it's really about resistance. It's not good or bad. It's how we hold on to it. It's what we make of it. And so I'm going to read this last little bit, and then I'm going to be off the stage. Thank you, Paul, for everything. So this is kind of an affirmation. It is an affirmation. Today, I let go of resisting my resistance. I fully accept the life offered to me, including all circumstances as they come and as they go, knowing that I am the only one judging them as positive or negative. I trust life as my partner and friend, vowing to do better and to have fun and spread joy. Blessed be. Thank you.
Christopher Brown. Christopher Brown is in the house. Thank you, Christopher, for teaching us on resistance. Anybody feel any resistance ever in your life? Oh, can you relate? Yes. Well, we're running a little behind, and that's okay. Let's just let that go. Whatever your resistance is, let it go. The food will be there, and we're all here, so we're all going to migrate over there together. We don't want to do anything without prayer first, right? So I invite the prayer box up. I invite the practitioners and the ministers to surround the congregation, and I invite those of you in the audience and live streamers. I'm so sorry. My apologies. I didn't say good morning to you today yet. Hello, and we love you. And so those of you who are participating in this prayer in the audience, open your hearts. That's the invitation for healing and well-being and receptivity. Susan Urquhart Brown has brought up the prayer box. Let us come together in this sacred moment, in this sacred circle of spirit. Just pay attention to your breath for a moment there as it comes in and as it goes out, which is the gift of life. It is symbolic of the eternality of life that exists everywhere present, because we all breathe. The fish breathe. Even the cement breathes. We don't think of it like that, but it does. That breath of life, the trees, the sky breathes. The same air that we do, as do the waterways. Everything breathes, the stars, the galaxy, this breath of life, that one presence, that one power, that one allness, that is love overflowing. And we connect with it today consciously. We allow ourselves to open our hearts, to allow that breath of life to open us even more to the healing and to the revealing, the well-being of life itself, moving beyond our fears, deeper into our faith, to know beyond knowing that all is truly well, and we call that forth into our tangible experience. And so I bless us here as we co-create this prayer. As I touch this prayer box that our dear Susan holds, I bless every request in this box, and those that didn't even get in the box that are existing, knowing that the answer, the response, the resources, whatever is needed, is provided in the power of this word. We are knowing that we are rooted and grounded in spirit as we rise higher, as we grow deeper, as we know love and declare it. And so I speak this word on behalf of Mother Earth, Mother Gaia. We love you, Pachamama. We pray your well-being, your restoration, and we thank you for your unconditional love of always providing for us, no matter what the circumstances are. You are so consistent. And I bless each and every person that is on this prayer list today. As I call their names, I know that the healing and miracle working power of God is happening and active right where they are, providing whatever it is that they need. For Elka Moritz, for Irene, for Kathy Mendez, Robert Williams, Zachary Charles Bennett, Rose Jones, Anthony Cirillo, Helene Cirillo. What I am knowing is healing, wholeness, health, well-being, divine right action, divine timing, upliftment, faith, and trust. I bless our country, this United States of America. I bless all countries, and in particular, this United States of America, knowing peace and harmony and wellness for us all as we come together in the synergy of God, regardless of anything that seems that in disalignment. I am claiming alignment right now. And I bless all groups who in particular are marginalized, those who are sick, shut in, those who are in our LGBT community as we celebrate tomorrow Transgender Day of Visibility, those who are impoverished, who are disenfranchised, whatever the situation is, they are included with love, and I know that their lives are lifted up and fulfilled. And for those who have transitioned, I bless Reinhard, our dear Reinhard, and his wife Lauren. Reinhard's mother passed in Austria, Maria, knowing that there is smooth transition and that there is peace and comfort as they prepare for her services and Reinhard and Lauren go back over. I know that all things are working together in the best and the highest good for all concerned. And so now, beloveds, this is the time where your voice can be lifted into the power of this prayer, where you are invited to speak your own name and the name of whomever you want to include in this prayer vortex of love. Now is the time. You are welcome. We uphold peace and love and harmony and joy and clarity and love, abundance, gratitude. We speak these qualities in the name in honor of the divine presence within us and all around us. And so in this supreme state of gratitude, collectively, we release this word into the divine ethers, knowing that it is activated, that it is blessed, and that the laws and spirit do its magic, and it is cast back upon us as blessings upon blessings upon blessings. We receive with an open heart. We give thanks, and we let it be, and together we can declare it complete. And so it is. Blessed be. Praise God. Thank you. Reverend Catherine. You can come on up. Go ahead.
It's good to take a breath after a prayer. As I feel the vibration of all that Reverend Sunshine called forth, it's rich. And in that abundance comes our time of conscious giving. Yes, right? Okay, let's do it. Because what I know is that the beauty, the love, the life that is all that is, here in this community, it gives constantly, and we receive it. And the way we keep it going is to give it back. That's called the law of reciprocity. It is called the law of prosperity, the law of circulation. All of that is true because it is what it is and it works. So in this moment, in this time, this is the time when we get to be conduits of the abundant flow of the universe. And we're better to flow than the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living, where we offer so much, we love so much, we come together and we create this space for each other. So let us support it with our love, our talent, our treasure, and our time. There's lots of ways to give. If you will find that there is, see that red thing there, donate? You click on that, and there's 38 gazillion ways for you to provide your abundance to this community. So please take a moment to do so. You could do by Zelle, you can do by QR code, right? QR code, I got it right this time. You can do it by auto pay. You can do it by checks, cash. I mean, you can come over here and put money in that basket, right? Yeah, all these wonderful things. And as we do so, it's time to do it with love, with the expectation that what we give creates great blessings in this world. And so as we get ready to do that, to make this offering, to give this gift, so that we all prosper, we're going to have Kev doing his thing, right? And we're going to say, first of all, our affirmation that blesses everything that we're doing. Let's take your blessing, whether it be real, intangible, in your heart, in your intention, put it on your heart, and let's say this together. Today, I surrender to the presence of God within me as me, and that presence comes back multiplied, pressed down, and flowing over. And so it is. Thank you. Kevin.
I know one day we gon' make it. I know one day we gon' have just what we're fighting for, just what we've been fighting for. They can't take this love from us. They can't take this love from us. It's deeper than they know. Yes, it's deeper than they know. Hey, and my soul has no limitations. My life is priceless, and my faith is endless, and I believe in truth. As long as justice escapes us, we live for the struggle. We keep holding on, and we keep pushing on. Let me tell you, y'all, I know one day we gon' make it. I know one day we gon' have just what we're living for, just what we've been living for. They can't take this love from us. They can't take this love from us. It's deeper than they know. Yes, it's deeper than they know. They got me falling, y'all. Forgave all my faults, saw possibilities in all of my failures. Ever so patient, knew my potential was worth every moment. You believed in me when they doubted, gave me relentless strength to exceed all the expectations. Yo, we keep holding on, and we keep pushing on. You forgave all my faults, saw possibilities in all of my failures. Ever so patient, knew my potential was worth every moment. You believed in me when they doubted, gave me relentless strength to exceed all the expectations. Yo, we keep holding on, we keep pushing on. Let me tell you, y'all, I know one day we gon' make it. I know one day we gon' have just what we're fighting for, just what we've been fighting for. Can't take this love from us. They can't take this love from us. It's deeper than they know. Yes, it's deeper than they know. They got me falling now. As I was sitting down there earlier today, I was just realizing I've been playing at this church since 2013. A lot of these words I speak are representative of the philosophies and the words and the lessons that I've learned in this space. When I say things like, you forgave all my faults, saw possibilities in all of my failures, ever so patient, knew my potential was worth every moment. You believed in me when they doubted, gave me relentless strength to exceed all the expectations. Yo, we keep holding on, and we keep holding on. That got me falling, y'all. Did you realize you're beautiful and important? Did you realize you're beautiful and important? Come on. I said, did you realize you're beautiful and important? And you deserve the best that life has to present. Every moment's intense, hard enough paying this rent, trying to stay above cement and not doing the stint. Look at the percent of my brothers they sent to serve time. Around the world, the government is doing worse crimes. They setting traps to catch felons for a third time. It's no jobs, no justice. What's the frame of mind? Got nothing to lose, ain't afraid to die. Never shown our worth, or how to express the hurt inside. And every homicide I see reported, feel like a portion of myself departed. Could it have been avoided? There's more guns out here than countries that it's wars in. We need conflict resolution in these school courses. I'm tired of selling for the short end, but one candle can defy the darkness. One candle can defy the darkness. One candle can defy the darkness. And I know one day we gon' make it. I know one day we gon' have just what we're living for. Just what we've been living for. They can't take this love from us. They can't take this love from us. I'm gonna say that again. They can't take this love from us. They can't take this love from us. It's deeper than they know. Yes, it's deeper than they know. They got me falling, y'all. It's deeper than they know.
Thank you, Kev. Just reminding us that it's deeper than we know also. Thank you. Love it when you come here. Solo was even more special for me. Okay, thank you. What a very, very rich morning, and so much to be grateful for. And thank you, Reverend Sunshine Michelle, for creating the space to have it be so big today. Big day, Paul, the celebration. Your contribution is big. Wow, a book. She read a book about you. Thank you. Such generous. She read your book. Thank you. So we have a lot to celebrate today. And you know, Reverend Sunshine, I'm sitting there and I go, yeah, I'll remember this. Okay, I will be saying an affirmation. And then after I say the affirmation, there will be someone from, thank you, Sunny Day Ross, thank you, will be coming up here to speak for a little bit, okay, before we go out to celebrate Paul and commune with this amazing community. So I'm very grateful. I want to thank you, everybody that showed up, the IT folks, you're amazing. Your slides of the sun and the light were just incredible. Thank you for your selection of your PowerPoint today. It was so beautiful. So if you're here for the first time, make sure you get a packet before you leave, a welcoming packet, because we do welcome you and invite you into our community, and you'll be able to read more about that. Practitioners will be here to pray with you at the end of the service, so we have even more for you. We have prayers for you if you decide to show up in the back of the sanctuary for prayers. We love to pray. If you don't want to hang out with that service, you can write your prayers and put them in the prayer box to my right. Susan will be sitting there with a prayer box. If you don't want to write your prayers down, you can go online. You can connect with a practitioner on our website. And we love to pray for you. We love to pray. We're a praying community because we believe that prayer works. And we're here to serve you, and it does work. So I think that, we have practitioners with our cards in the community hall. So if you're feeling a little shy and don't want to go online, you can get a card and give a practitioner a call and connect with them. That way, we do private coaching sessions, and some of them are given for love offerings, some of them are fee. That's a conversation that you can have. And it's a longer service than just like a little quickie at the end of the service there. So I think we handled it all. Make sure that you leave here, go into the community hall. This is not a place to congregate. We just want you to congregate in the courtyard and in the community hall. Okay. Oh yeah, there's cards to sign for Paul. Yeah, we want to have him have a little token of our signature and our gratitude as he goes off on his next phase of his new beginnings of his most amazing life. They're so lucky to have him up there. So we're going to stand up for a closing affirmation. And then we're going to have like a little thing here, a little introduction with. So anyhow, here we go. In the movement of life's way, I blossom and grow through the good times and those of challenges. I am nurtured through my spiritual practices and blossom accordingly. Okay. Before you come up, I think I forgot to mention Christopher. Sorry. Yay, thank you. Did not mean to do that. Got a huge nudge from somewhere. Hey, thank you, Christopher, for your wonderful, wonderful sermon on resistance that we all need. I know I need it. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sunny Day, and I am the youth intern. Recently, we've been doing messages the youth have been doing messages with First Seasons of Nonviolence, and we have some youth that are currently not here, but they're far away, and we still love and appreciate them, and they are Giovanni and Robert Ruby, and they have a message on the season of nonviolence. So.
3. This is day 50, season for nonviolence.
Those who practice nonviolence look at the injustice and think, is it possible for the situation to be different? When you see injustice, what can you do to bring around a peaceful change? Robert, what do you think?
Something that reminds me of injustice is when somebody judges somebody else for what they wear, speak, or how they look.
How can you stand up for peace in your life?
I affirm when I see somebody different than me, I will not judge.
We are one.
Thank you.
If we could all please stand. Let's sing the song, Blessed Always with me. Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Say amen. Say amen. Say amen. Say amen. Give thanks. Have a blessed Sunday. Thank you all. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Give thanks.